The morning sun streamed through the studio windows, but something felt different. Even before Kelly Ripa smiled for the camera, fans sensed it. The kind of quiet that hums beneath laughter. The kind that means a chapter is turning. Kelly reached for Mark Consuelos' hand, their fingers weaving together the way they always had, steady and familiar. For decades, they had been the picture of balance, humor and honesty, chaos and calm. To millions, they weren't just a celebrity couple. They were proof that love could last, that friendship could survive time, kids, careers, and the relentless pace of life. But that morning, Kelly's voice softened. "This is harder than I thought it would be," she said, eyes glistening. Mark nodded, his jaw tight, the way it gets when he's holding back more than words. Fans leaned closer to their screens, hearts already aching because they knew that tone. It wasn't scandal or separation. It was something quieter and somehow more painful. They were talking about letting go. Their youngest child had left home, the house finally silent after years of slammed doors, late-night laughter, and chaotic mornings. The empty nest was no longer an idea. It was real. And it hurt. Kelly laughed through tears as she described walking past bedrooms that still smelled like childhood, laundry detergent, old books, memories. "You spend your whole life wishing for 5 minutes of peace," she said, "and then one day it shows up and you do anything to give it back." Social media erupted instantly. Fans posted crying emojis, broken hearts, and long messages that read like letters to old friends. "I grew up watching you. Now I'm sending my own kid off, and I feel exactly the same." Another shared, "Thank you for saying out loud what so many of us feel but can't explain." Mark spoke next, his voice warm but heavy. He talked about being a father before he ever knew how to be one, about learning love by doing, by showing up, messing up, and trying again the next day. "You don't realize," he said, "that one day you'll pick them up for the last time, and you won't know it's the last time." That was the moment the tears truly came, on set, at home, everywhere. Fans remembered the years, Kelly juggling motherhood and morning television, Mark cheering from the sidelines, their playful teasing masking a deep, unshakable bond. They had shared so much joy publicly that this quiet grief felt personal, like watching family members say goodbye. But the update wasn't only about sadness. Kelly squeezed Mark's hand and smiled, a real one this time. "We're proud. Heartbroken, yes, but proud." She talked about love changing shape, about learning how to be parents from a distance, about rediscovering each other in a house that suddenly echoed. Mark added, "It's not an ending, it's a new beginning, even if it makes you cry first." That line spread everywhere. Clips were shared, replayed, saved. Fans wrote about their own transitions, kids leaving, parents aging, moments that slipped by too fast. Kelly and Mark had given words to something universal, the beauty and pain of loving deeply. By the end of the show, the tears had dried, but the emotion lingered. The cameras shut off and the world moved on, but fans carried that moment with them, because it wasn't just an update, it was a reminder. Love doesn't disappear when seasons change. It stretches, it aches, it grows quieter, then stronger. And sometimes it leaves you standing in the middle of a room you once thought was too loud, realizing that every mess, every noise, every exhausting day was a gift. That's why hearts broke everywhere, not from loss, but from recognition. And that's why even through tears, fans smiled.